Welcome back to the channel. Today, we get a little tool review. Oh. Our friends over at Vdiagtool sent us over this little scan tool. And today we're going to check it out. I've been using it on and off for a couple weeks now. Seems to be pretty good. So let's go over it, see a few features, and test it out on my wife's car, because she's not running too good. First impressions, it comes in this heavy duty case, which if you're rough on stuff like I am, is always good. So this particular model is the VD70S. There's all the specifications if you want to read that. So in this case, you'll find your scan tool, your power cord for charging. We got a few power adapters here. And here you got your wireless OBD2 dongle. So initial thoughts on the actual scan tool itself. It's actually pretty heavy. It do feel like pretty good quality. We got some rubber handles on the sides, which are nice. We got a camera here on the back. This thing does hook up to Wi-Fi. Okay, so right off the bat, you can see all the functions here. We got our auto scan function, manual diagnostic. We got a special function. So let's start with the special function. When you look in here, you can see a lot of different little functions you can do. Your oil reset, which on some modern vehicles, you need a scan tool to reset. Your electronic parking brake. This is nice on all modern vehicles. If you do a rear brake job, you're going to have to push back those electronic calipers. Steering angle sensor recalibrations. Really nice to have if you do a rack, a steering column, anything like that. We got our BMS reset, battery management system. Real nice thing to have as well. ABS bleeding. We got some diesel stuff here, some DPF. TPMS reset, real nice. Airbag reset, beautiful. So scroll down here. We got a seat calibration, which is nice. If you've seen that Elantra video, those passenger side seats need to be calibrated. Clutch adaptation. Coolant bleeding, another nice feature to have on most modern vehicles. Most modern vehicles now have electronic thermostats, so this is a good feature. So I'm going to go plug in my wife's car right now. She seems to have a real bad misfire, and it also has an ABS issue, so let's check it out. Just like that, plug her in. We've got an engine light on. I don't know if you can hear that, but we got a pretty good misfire going on. So let's just press this auto scan function first. Just connecting that VCI. There's my VIN. Santa Fe Sport, yep. Automatic. Oh, we got some engine codes, we got some ABS codes, like I was expecting. She's just going to go through all of her scans there now. Airbag codes, four-wheel drive codes. I think it's time for a new car. Blind spot detection codes. Seems like she's gone through all the codes. So let's just go DTC list. Oh, and here we go. We got a cylinder tree misfire, which is what we'll be looking at. Turbocharger control circuit high. It's not good. Wheel speed sensor, front right hand, range performance, active. And a few airbag codes, four-wheel drive codes, blind spot codes. Yeah, I think it's time for a new car for the wife. Let's have a look at this cylinder tree misfire, and we're also going to have a look at this wheel speed sensor. So, active codes, you can see. Let's go back. Go back. Let's just save that. So now we're back to the home screen. We're going to go auto scan. General. That's our VIN. This time we're going to go System Selection, Engine Control. We want right now to look at live data. So you can see this is all of our vehicle's information right now. So she is running at the moment. We get good battery voltage. You can see our actual engine speed. Water temperature voltage, water temperature. I just started her, so she's pretty cold at the moment. We're going to scroll on down until we can find our misfire monitors. It should be here somewhere. So here it is. Total. This is all of our misfires are here. We can see 1, 2, and 4 are all good. Number 3, we got a pretty good misfire. This is just at idle, and these are the misfires just counting up here. You can see here again. It's up. I mean, this cylinder is not firing at all. Now next, let's go into our ABS. And we're going to go back to live data. And we're going to go and look at all these wheel speed sensors right here. Left front, right front, left rear, right rear. Custom. So we got a chart here with just our wheel speed sensors. They're all at 0 right now because the car is parked, we're not moving. We're going to go on a road test right now. We're going to look at each sensor. We have a code for one sensor, but we don't know really if the sensor is reading or if it's a bad tone ring or another issue, right? So let's go check that out. Right, sorry for there's a bad glare here. It's a pretty bright day, but we're going to do these first, and you'll actually see the kilometers an hour for each wheel speed sensor. We'll then put it in a graph version so you can see it maybe a little bit better. So you can see they're all going up at an even speed. They're all roughly the same. So that tells me that all these speed sensors are good. They're all reading. And you can see one is doing a little bit of erratic moving around there. Right front, you can see it just drops speed every now and then. Alright, so you can see it a little bit better there now. These are my 2 front wheel speed sensors. And if you look at the right front sensor, you see the top one is just straight across, nice and even. But the bottom one is jumping around a little bit. This is a Hyundai Santa Fe. I know these cars pretty well. And I'm willing to bet you $100 that this thing has a broken tone ring. There's a crack in that tone ring. And when the speed sensor sees this crack, it creates a gap, I guess, in the speed readings, which leaves you with those spikes in that graph. Okay, we're back now. So we're going to go through some more of the special functions, and we're going to try out some actuation tests and see how that goes. We're going to go back into auto scan. General. Here's our VIN, here's our car. Now we're going to go system selection again. We're going to go engine control. Now do you remember we had that wastegate actuator code at the beginning of this video? So we're going to go to actuation tests. We can actuate all of these sensors: the canister shutoff valve, the fuel pump relay, canister purge valve. Come on down. Our cooling fan, our wastegate valve. So we're going to turn that one on. We're going to press start. And if you look right down here, this is the turbo. This is our wastegate actuator. And as you can see, our wastegate valve is turning on and off, so it is actuating correctly. That's an awesome function for such a cheap scan tool. Next, let's try out our cooling fan. Click on our fan. Start. Now you can probably look down here and see our cooling fan is turning, which is great. So as you've seen, we can read our codes. We can read codes from all of the systems in this car, not just engine codes. We looked at that live data. You can read your speed sensors. You can read pretty well every sensor in that car and see what the voltages are, what the RPMs are, what the percentages of everything, which is great. We went ahead with this actuation test, went extremely well. We were able to actuate our wastegate valve, we were able to actuate our cooling fans, and there's a bunch of other options here that you can actuate. Now this scan tool does offer an option to program keys as well. I don't have anything that needs the keys programmed, so I didn't try out that function, but it seems like it has a lot of good functions for this price point. So this is just a quick review of this little scan tool, Vdiagtool VD70S. My thoughts on it, I think it's great. For the price point, I think these sell normally on Amazon for around 500 bucks. I'll leave a code in the description. I think with this code, I think the scan tool is maybe a little over 300 bucks. So a great deal. I mean, you can do a lot of things with it. You can do more than just read codes. If you're a DIYer, this can save you a lot of money. Or even if you've got a small shop like myself here, this is a great tool to have. Now I think we got one last thing to try out. I wonder if she'll read the codes on this old girl.